Hello and welcome to Flowing with Angels. Thank you so much for joining me again for another angel message and angelic symbol. These messages are timeless, so whenever you come across this video, there will be some relevant angelic guidance for you here. This week we are joined by the lovely Archangel Chamuel with a message featuring the duck symbolism. And as usual, we will start by exploring the spiritual meaning of this symbolism first to get a feel of the energy before we move on to Archangel Chamuel's channeled message for us. The duck is a beautiful symbol of integrating spirituality into our everyday life with ease, grace, and practical steps. As a duck is able to walk, swim, and fly, it is connected to the element of earth, water, and air, and it teaches us to ground into our bodies, flow with our emotions, and navigate the world of spirit to gain a higher perspective on our lives. Ducks are able to float on the surface, as well as dive deep into the water to collect food, without getting dragged down or soaked by the water, because of the protective layer of oil around their feathers. They inspire us to protect our energy fields against drama and negativity conjured up by the ego, and calmly move through emotional upheaval by tending to our inner work, personal healing, and own well-being first. Ducks also represent spiritual transformation and rebirth, but in a gentle, subtle, and inconspicuous way, by simply being present in the moment and finding inner peace and harmony by adapting a more relaxed, simple, and patient way of being. Ducks are sociable and friendly animals that remind us to bring more cheerfulness and lightness into our lives, to laugh about ourselves and our earthly challenges from time to time, and to focus on the beauty of life and the loving bonds with others that support us. Ducks are constantly exploring the world in search of suitable places that provide enough water, food, and nesting places for them. And in a spiritual sense, they inspire us to discover our own resilience and strength, to keep exploring our inner and outer world for the right food for our soul and the best circumstances and the right spiritual qualities of harmony, peace, and patience to thrive in an otherwise turbulent world. Let's see what the beautiful Archangel Chamuel wishes to convey to us based on the lovely duck symbolism. My beloved ones, sometimes your spiritual growth and awareness occur in intermittent stages, and at times you might feel stagnant and still overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle of the predominantly negatively orientated world around you. You have become aware of your patterns and of their origin, but releasing and healing them can leave you with a void of not knowing how to progress further, while at the same time your sensitivity has significantly increased by the gradual opening of your heart space. This conjures up feelings of vulnerability, which you are inclined to cover up with your thinking mind, and by taking on even more responsibility and involving yourself in affairs that mostly concern other people and that are not contributing to your highest good. The duck symbolism is about grounding your spirituality and newly perceived insights into your daily life, while protecting yourself and preventing yourself from stepping into the pitfall of the tendency to overcompensate in order to mask this uncomfortable feeling inside you. I am Archangel Chamuel, the archangel that helps you to activate your heart space and prepare it for unconditional love, light, and clarity. When you have experienced a lot of negativity in your life and you were used to blocking your heart to numb pain and sadness, The greatest part of your spiritual journey has consisted of releasing and healing this past emotional heaviness. But after this important phase, you will come to the point where you wish to live according to the truth of your heart. You wish to follow the song of your heart, because now you are finally able to hear it. And this is the moment in your journey that I wish to address in my message, because most of you who are reading these words or who are listening to these words have already come a long way, and you are ready for love, and you are ready to implement a whole new way of being, but still get easily overwhelmed and unsure on how to move forward. That is why I would like to introduce you to the way of the duck, this lovely, down-to-earth, adorable and cheerful little creature that knows how to balance his daily tasks of finding food and shelter with rest, relaxation and happy exploring. He radiates an energy of simplicity and joyful present moment aliveness, and this is what I encourage you to embrace more in your life. Most people who had to protect their heart during their life had to compensate for the partial loss of the natural wisdom and intuitive inspiration that reside there with overthinking in the form of mental strategies and control to cope with worries and anxiety. However, when you adapt another layer of protection in the form of healthy boundaries, and most importantly, a high vibration of spiritual grace that will attract people, situations, and circumstances that serve your highest good and will repel negativity and density, you no longer need these overwhelming and overactive thoughts. This frees up an enormous amount of energy that can now flow to other areas of your life. But when you are not used to it, it feels awkward at first to have this much time, energy, and clarity at your disposal, because you are used to dealing with so much drama and mental and emotional upheaval. So now you will have to learn to simply be and enjoy life, which is your natural birthright and yet is still so unfamiliar to so many of you. Instead of experiencing life as a constant battle and fight for survival, you can give yourself permission to rest and relax more and look for the sweetness in life. Do not let a misplaced feeling of guilt stand in your way. You are worthy to receive these blessings, and more importantly, you are worthy of living your life in a more spontaneous and optimistic way. Just like the ducks, you go gently and easily with the flow of life and move to the metaphorical areas that bring you the most fulfillment. There is room now for new discoveries and pathways that lead to new ventures and relationships with resonating souls. At first, it might seem like nothing much is happening, and that is because you need time to get used to this new inner state of being, so that when opportunities arrive, you will be able to fully embrace them without holding yourself back out of guilt or because your energy is still caught up in old behaviors. These are the intervals on your journey that teach you to simply be present and allow you to get used to the feeling of receiving the sweetness of life and indulging in pleasure and fun. When your vibration spreads lightness and joy, tangible manifestations of this energy frequency will start to show up in your life, in small ways at first, but the more this vibration turns into your natural state, the more your life will start to change for the better. And you have come a long way from your heavy-heartedness and tendencies to either take the world on your shoulder or fight against its density, to finding a lighter and more joyful way of living. Just like the duck, you will feel at home and secure on this planet, and once you have crossed this threshold, you will never look back again, only forwards towards your beautiful future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope Archangel Chamuel's message was inspiring and encouraging for you. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel to help grow the channel and spread the message of love and light. I wish you a wonderful week. Until next time, Namaste.